Hi, I'm James, and today we're going to talk about how you can use LUTs on your SmallHD Focus. If you've never used the SmallHD Focus, it's an awesome monitor that you can put on top of small cameras like the A6500, which I'm specifically using here. Some of the best things about the SmallHD Focus are the fact that you can put LUTs, or lookup tables, not that anyone says that anymore. Being able to load your own LUTs onto a monitor is usually reserved for more expensive monitors, the ones that sound like they're in like a biker gang or something. They're called like Inferno or driving a bloody motorbike. What am I talking about? So the SmallHD allows you to use the flat profiles, things like S-Log2, V-Log, on your smaller cameras like the Sony A6500 and the GH5. I happen to be using the Sony A6500 using an S-Log2 profile. This is just a bit of an experiment. I had a question on Instagram and I decided to make a video so that I could answer the question for lots of people. Now the process is really simple. You literally put your LUTs onto an SD card. I've got 4GB one here. It can be a really rubbish thing that even your mum probably owns one of these crappy SD cards. And you literally stick this in your computer, transfer the LUTs from your computer onto the SD card, you stick the SD card into the SmallHD, you navigate over to Looks, go to the SD card, choose out your LUT, and boom, it's on there. It's simple. Basically, it just converts what is usually grey, horrible, impossible to judge the colours or the exposure look. It just makes it look like you're using the camera without using a flat profile. And it just makes it quite a lot easier to be able to judge what the hell is going on. For instance, I'm looking at the camera now. I've loaded in the LUT. I have the SmallHD above my camera. And I can tell that behind that monitor is the colour blue. And you literally can't quite tell that with S-Log2. It kind of looks like a milky, pale, bluish white. Obviously you can see in real life, but you can't quite tell how that's transferring over when you get to the editing room. So when you do get into the editing room, you suddenly find that you've blown out a colour that you can't quite get back, or the skin tones are completely off. Even if you're analysing your histogram or you have some kind of vector scope on. If you're running around, you need to get quick shots, or even if you just don't want the stress of not knowing what it looks like, it's just easier. So loading a LUT into a monitor like this is great. And loading in your LUTs is something that you can't really do with the lower priced monitors. This is the main reason I got the SmallHD Focus, because things like the Aperture, I think they make like a £200-300 monitor, and apparently they're reasonably good for their price. They're a bit big for my liking. You can't use any of the LUT features. It's very important to me that it had this feature, and it's just a real time saver and really just helps give you a peace of mind, which ultimately all this fancy tech, which is cool to buy and look at and play around with, ultimately you need it just to make your job that little bit much easier and reduce the risk factor. Reducing risk factor in your job is so important. There have been occasions where I've got the best shot. It'll be in a one time only. You're documenting a situation or an event and you think you've got this amazing action shot, slow motion, someone going down a zip line, something like that, and it's massively overexposed on the face because you're using S-Log2, you're in the direct sunlight, you can't see what the hell you're doing, and you estimate that S-Log2 needs about 1.7 to 2 stops over exposure, so you approximately do that, and my light just died. Alright, well, we can carry this on without the blue. Just as a quick hint, despite it running out of battery, I actually just put a blue folder over the top of it, and that just made a blue gel. I thought it looked quite cool. Look, check it out. Here's a tip of the day. Just if you got some folders that you use for documents lying around, just stick this over a light and you can get quite nice effects. I was very impressed. Okay, that's better. Right. So if you can't quite afford the Atmos Inferno, that kind of range where they have internal recording and very high resolution screens, this is definitely the way to go because it's small form factor, it has great features like loading your LUTs, and it has a ton of features allowing you to expose properly, view your audio, and it even powers your camera. Now this is amazing for things like the Sony A6500, which has terrible batteries. They last like 50 minutes or something, so it can be a nightmare. So this is a real lifesaver. So if you found this video useful, do not hesitate to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment, ask any questions. If you want me to make any videos on the SmallHD or any additional fun uses or features that you've not heard enough about but you want to get a bit more in depth, then feel free to leave a comment and I would love to help you out with that. Yeah, so my name's James Travis. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next